Okay, so today is October 13th, and I wanted to chat with you guys about I'm in like all different kinds of groups, diamond push groups. I have groups for just diamonds, and so I'm in all these different groups, and there's all different teams from, all over, and I'm constantly getting information from them and, updated just things that, we do differently or they do differently. So it's nice to get that feedback. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about inviting in all the different ways, like to invite. There's just so many different ways to invite. And obviously talking about posting with value and a purpose. And there's a little thing that I kind of used to get, I used to use it, and then I got out of using it, and I've got just recently got back to using it within my post. And it's a great way to make a post and to, share value in your post. And I know that, like, I'm not saying every single post has to be like of value, but in a way, don't just post something silly. Like, I mean, everybody loves to see Rocco, so I always post pictures of him and, whatever and that. But to me, when I post pictures of Rocco, it's putting a smile on somebody's face, because somebody always thinks that this girl tells me that Rocco's like her comic strip of the day. So, but like, I posted an informational post today about how Brad beats up our pillows, and I just wanted to know where everybody, but like, for the people that have commented on that post, it's adding value to them because everybody's giving information in that post. So we'll go into that later. But so the ways to invite, there's all these different ways. We know the normal ways that we invite is Facebook Messenger. And that's obviously the easiest and most used way. But I know Erica has her and I went back and forth, and she was like, I didn't know you could do that. But, customers might want to hear your voice. And a lot of people, I've had somebody tell me one time when I met them in person, and they were like, I never thought that you would sound that way. And because I've talked to them several times on Facebook, but I've never been face to face with them because they're out of state, or they've never heard my voice. So I've actually gotten into the habit of, in Facebook Messenger, there is a voice message, and you can record a voice message in there. And I've actually been doing it in some of my invites to people. And what I would type out to them, I say to them. And, when I type, I always write hey with like a million Y's, just because that's the way that I would say it. So whenever I say that in a voice text to someone, they're getting that like excitement and that, that personality out of me, rather than, we can only do so much to get our personality across in writing. And just like I always say in your invites, if you're in a bad mood before you're inviting, or you had a crappy day, just chalk it up as a day and walk away, because it's going to come across that way in your invites. Typing, you're not going to be your normal self if you just feel like you're just doing it to do it. So that's a really cool way to get your voice across to your customers and be more personable to them. Obviously, you can email them. Some people don't have Facebook. Some people, we forget that we're so caught up in all of this that we forget that not everybody has Facebook. Not everybody has Instagram. And, I deal with some older women that are in their 50s and 60s, and they're just like, I don't really want to go on Facebook. And to be honest with you, if I have people like this, then I will message them. I will email them. I've told several people I will go through a challenge group with you via email if you need me to. Like, whatever works for you, I will do. You can text them. I text some of the challengers. I remember Dana, when she first started, she was like, can you text me every morning and make sure that I get up and work out? Can you send me and I did that for about 30 days with her. And Dana is the only person that got me to wake up at 5 a.m. for a month, because I don't do that. But she needed that. And I knew that Dana was going to be amazing and run with what she was doing and have success with it. So I wanted to help her. And I'm not the type of person that will chase someone. And I don't want you guys to chase people down. If somebody asks you to do something and you're giving them your time, they need to be giving that back to you. if somebody asked you, went out of your way, I have a coach right now who asked me to do, she can't do groups. So she said, can you do a Coach Basics group with me? I offered it to her and I said, I'll do a Coach Basics group with you. We'll go through it via Facebook Messenger and it'll be just me and you. And she's doing amazing with it. She's one of those people that never would stick with it and get bored with it. And because we're having that one-on-one interaction, she's committed to it. And so if that's what makes it work, then that's what I'll do. Phone calls. Some people don't like to get on the phone, but then again, that is just another way for somebody to hear your voice. I had a girl today that asked me about coaching. She had shared her transformation and she doesn't have a coach. She bought her program, I think, off of the infomercial and nobody's ever contacted her. So I just said, you have an amazing transformation. Have you ever considered coaching? And she finally messaged me back and said, what all does it entail? And I just actually voice messaged her back and I said, you know, it would take a lot for me to write that out. I would love to get on the phone and chat with you about it, or I have a recorded, you know, webinar about what coaching is. I can share that with you. So any way that I can help them that they get to hear or see, like, because honestly, we know typing out what coaching is like, you'll type a book and they'll be like, holy crap, I want nothing to do with this. So I have a recorded, and I don't know if I ever put it in our team page, but I will after the call. I recorded one night that I did a business opportunity call. I recorded it and I saved it because, you know, if we're not doing them, I need to start getting back in the habit of doing them once a month. It's just been so crazy with moving that, but I usually like to do them the Wednesday of the sneak peek. So I probably am going to try and do one this month because I really should be doing it once a month. And it's just a recorded call of me, you know, sharing my story and what Beachbody is and what it's about and, you know, how coaching came about and just giving them the background of what coaching is. But I recorded one, so I have that and we can use any time. But it's that kind of way to get your voice across and share you with people rather than, you know, like I said, you're not always going to come across. You can try as much as possible when you're typing to come across, but your personality may not always come off as, you know, so that's why even in your posting, you have to, like, my posting, people probably expect me to be some lunatic when they get in touch with me because I post crazy pictures. I dance on Facebook and, you know, so they are getting my personality through my posts. I'm not just constantly posting about Beachbody and they're not going to want to talk to me because they think I'm some Beachbody robot that's going to push something down their throat. So, and obviously inviting through your posts. We have, you know, you can invite to your challenge group via post. You can invite through to the business opportunity via post or to, you know, a webinar. And honestly, when I do these things, I will add it to the calendar this month because I want to do one this month. But when I do a sneak peek, when I do a coach opportunity call, if I'm doing, you know, you guys are always welcome to, you know, start inviting to people to those. Like that's what it's for. It's not just for me, it's for the team. Because if you have someone and they want to know or they're interested, like Dana has had a few people interested in coaching. I have gotten in the habit of leaving our backstage pass, our sneak peek. I leave it open, the last one, up until like the week before I'm about to start a new one. And then I close that one down so we can add new people. So that we can just throw people in there in the middle of the month if they want to learn more. And Dana's been tagging the new people that she's added in the post saying, this is day one. So they're not in this group like, what are all these videos? So I've been trying to do that kind of stuff so that it's all available to you. Whatever I'm doing, it's like you guys are doing. Everybody is always welcome on anything that I do in my challenge groups, anything. So when you're inviting to challenge groups and things like that and business opportunity calls, you don't want to throw all the information at them at once. You don't want to have, you know, just give them like what it is, the gist of what it is. And you can even invite people who have recently liked a lot of your posts about Beachbody or your fitness posts and just send them a message and say, hey, our team is doing this business opportunity call next week. Is it something that you might want to, listen in on? There's it's no obligation, nothing. We don't force anybody to anything. It's just like, kind of like the sneak peek where they just can listen for an hour. I always like throw a little thing in my invites, like, bring your glass of wine and just listen in. And, it's like Girl Talk Wednesday or whatever. So there's always ways to go about it. But you can also invite on other social media platforms. Instagram and Pinterest have recently started having a messenger type of app. It's not really an app, but messenger on in their platform. And I've actually got a girl to buy a challenge pack off of me via Instagram Messenger. And it's like a direct message. And actually, if you guys have Instagram, it is when you first log into Instagram, like in your newsfeed kind of thing, up in the top, and we're not going to look at that picture because it's very strange. Okay, this needs to upload. There's some girl. I don't even want to show you guys this front screen because it is the most ridiculous thing in life right now on Instagram. I don't even know if you can see this, but it is very inappropriate. It's on Instagram. But anyways, where it says Instagram at the top, over in the, I would say, looking at it, it's the right-hand corner. There's a little mailbox. It looks, or not a mailbox, it's like a little folder or something. And if you click on that, it'll take you into direct, and it takes you into all these, there's a plus sign over there, and you can start, and it'll say send photo or video or send a message. And then you can pick who you want to send a message to of who you follow. It's actually pretty cool, and it's actually just like Facebook Messenger. I don't do it all the time, but I do it for people because a lot of people who are teachers don't have Facebook, but they have Instagram because it's very easy to disguise yourself on there with names. And so Facebook is more public, I feel like, than Instagram is, because there's some albums on Facebook are public, whether you want them to be or not. So I think a lot of teachers use Instagram over because this girl who I'd sold this challenge pack to, she is a teacher. So, I mean, it's very simple. Once you get a message on that little thing that's on that news feed at the beginning, if you do have a message, like somebody sent you a message, it'll light up orange and say a little dot, or it says one or something. But same thing with Pinterest. It's the same kind of concept. You can message people through there. I have not done it yet, but some girl did message me on there one day and about something she was doing. So I know that that's an option. So just in your invites, some tips that I can give you within your invites. Do not word vomit to people on your invite. Don't just pummel them with all this information, because you're going to scare them away. I have a little script that I kind of like to go through, and I believe all of my scripts are in the team page, but if not, I will go through there tonight and make sure that they are. But, I'll just send my invite out, my normal invite, and, tell them just, would you like to join my upcoming challenge group? Ask them how they are, whatever my normal invite is. And if they come back to me and they say, yeah, sure, what is it all about? Then I have a little script also that it's kind of in a flow of a conversation of, well, and I always say okay, awesome. So basically what the group is about is you would choose a Beachbody program. We would talk about what works best for you and Shakeology. And we use a private Facebook group to support, motivate, and keep you accountable to your goals. Is that something you would like? And that's the end of it. I don't go in with it to them about well, the 21-day fix is on sale. You would probably love it, or you should, because people they want to hear and trust you, and they want to get that genuineness out of you. So when I say, is it something that you would like? They say, sure, I definitely need to make some changes. And then I just I ask them what their goals are, because this person I may be talking to, especially if it's somebody I don't know, may be someone that loves cardio, maybe somebody that doesn't like Pilates. So I am sure in the heck not going to offer them PIO, because they're going to be like, this girl didn't even care to ask me what I wanted. So the best way is I always ask them, well, what are your goals? And, what do you want to get out of this? How is your nutrition? I usually ask them like 3 questions. I always ask them what their goals are, their weight loss, fitness goals are. How does their nutrition, look? Could it be used to be cleaned up a little bit? And I always ask them, what kind of workouts have they done or do they enjoy? And that always gets some kind of conversation going, because they'll tell you, if they're interested, they're going to tell you, I hate cardio. And I like fast-paced things. I like to run. I do running on the treadmill. I like to lift weight. So you'll get that sense of what they like. And I know myself, and somebody gave me this tip, and you guys will take a lot away from this too, because I think it's a good tip. Like this month, when somebody's asking, I always say to know 2 programs. Only talk about 2 programs with people. Don't overflow people with, oh, well, we have Body Beast, we have that. Like, know 2 programs and know them well. And those are the ones you talk about. The 21-day fix is obviously for everyone. I don't, if it's somebody just starting out, unless they tell me differently, I always suggest the 21-day fix to new people, because it's the best, in my opinion. And most of the time when you ask people those questions too, if they have like a back problem or they have knee problems, they're going to tell you those things. So that's a way for you to say, oh, well, then you probably would want PIO because it's low impact. Let me show you this video and let me know what you think. But somebody had told me that when it comes to challenge packs, they always go with whatever's on promo. It's because it's usually the most popular programs that are on promo. And then like one that's like 180, like I think it's, or 205, like Shaun T's programs and challenge packs are 205. So if you talk about insanity, don't talk it down, obviously, but talk about, oh, well, this Insanity Max 30 or size isn't, because size is 160, but anything crazy like Shaun T's programs, or I don't even know what else. What was that other one, Erica, that was 205? Tai Ching or something? Yeah. So those, and then when you're talking about something that's 140, somebody's gonna be like, wow, that's like a really good deal then. You know what I mean? Because we know it's a good deal, because they literally are getting the 21-day fix for $10. It's not a lie when we say that. But when you compare it to something that's like 180 or $205, they're like, wow, I really am getting a good deal. So that's a good tip sometimes to use that if it's somebody that, especially if it's somebody that says they like cardio, and you could talk about Insanity Max 30 and the 21-day fix, because they both have cardio, but it's just a different type. So again, don't just figure out the flow of the conversation. Make the conversation flow. Do not throw things at them. Do not give them information that they didn't ask for. Give them and get to know them and find out what they want out of this. And sometimes when I get objections, I ask somebody, I tell them, I totally understand how you feel. I felt the same way, but how would you feel? How would it make you feel to reach that, 50-pound weight loss? Or, what would that feel like for you? And it gets that conversation going as you actually care about what they want, rather than saying, I just can't afford that. And you're like, okay, sounds good. I'll talk to you later. That to me just sounds like you only wanted to sell me something. It would be better for you to find out, keep that conversation going with them and let them know, I hold these groups every month. Maybe, we'll chat next month when maybe it'll be a better time for you or whatever. So obviously, like I said, don't word vomit. Keep it short and sweet in the invites. Leave them with a question all the time. No matter what, leave them with a question. If I am just messaging somebody to say hi, I always say, hey, how are you? Hope all is well with the family. And, I always make sure that I add that question to them of, how are things going with you guys? What are you guys doing this weekend or for the summer or whatever? And if you're inviting in an image, like on your post, if you are, I've learned this because I used to do it. So that's why I'm only telling you this, because not that it's bad, but like the collages or like all the crazy words and crazy things all over your picture takes away from what you're actually doing and what you're actually like inviting to, or takes away from your post. Obviously we want eye-catching pictures, but if it's you making like a funny face, or you know, doing your workout, or you holding the 21-day fix containers or something, all you have to do is put just, you may not even have to put words into it. And then just put words in your post. Obviously the picture needs to be eye-catching, but it doesn't need to have all these crazy things because it's just distracting. So you definitely do not want to put prices on your pictures ever, unless you are saying, you know, 21-day fix for $10 or something like that. But we are not, because the whole point of posting is to get people to interact with you and to get people to message you and come to you. If you're telling them it's $140 and like breaking it down in your post, well, you're getting it for 10 because it's normally 100, people are going to be like, so confused, and they're not even gonna come to you, because you're not even gonna get the chance to talk to them, because they may look at 140 and think you're totally nuts. But you may tell them 140 and show your excitement, or talk in your voice text and be like, this is an awesome deal, you're getting it for $10, like it's amazing, it's definitely worth it, you know, rather than just in a post and somebody's like, screw that, 140, I don't want nothing to do with that. At least if they talk to you, then it's not that you're convincing them, but you'll be able to, you know, bring out in them that privateness that you have in the message rather than on a public post. The point of the post is to get them to come to you. And like I said, always leave them with a question in your post, in your invites, whatever. And lastly, about inviting, be genuine and don't come across as salesy and I think that's why the voice message thing is so cool, because you really get to come across, like, clearly if I've had a stressful day and I do not send people voice texts, because I know that would come across in my voice and just, you know, the tension or whatever. So, but it's a good way, but you have to be genuine to people. You have to, I've heard this over and over in the past 17 months, that people are going to fall in love with you before they fall in love with the product. It's a bottom line, because they're going to trust you. If you're talking about Shakeology every day and how much you love it and what it's done for you, they're going to want to come to you and ask you and trust that you're telling the truth on your page and you're not just posting about it and you really don't like it. And I'm 1,000% honest with people when they ask me about Shakeology, because I am huge when it comes to textures. So I hated Shakeology at first. I for the first 7 days I had it, I hated it, and I was mad that I spent my money. And then I talked to my coach. I got in a comfortable mixture and recipe, and I've been drinking Shakeology every day since. So, but I share that with people because that was a real struggle for me, and that's something that a lot of people worry about, that they won't like it. So just share it's really just about sharing. We're not selling things to people. We are sharing what we are doing. We love it, and we became a coach for a reason. So we need to share that with people. And those are the people that you're going to bring into your challenge groups. And those are the same people that are going to be challengers and be amazing at it and become your rock star coaches. So just always think about those little tiny things. So posting with value and purpose, I wanted to talk to you guys about too. And the little thing that I wanted to go back to, and I used to do it a lot when I first started. And then I just, got away from it. But recently I've been doing it a lot. And it's, telling a story in your post. Doesn't have to always be the same story or, your why. It just can be anything that someone's going to relate to or that it's going to add value to someone. And I've been, like I said, I used to use it, but I've gotten back to using it. It's the 3 F's, and it's feel, found, and felt. And basically you're just saying in a message, in a post, you want to tell that story as, this is how I felt. And, whatever it is, how you felt before Beachbody or whatever, for example, I always, say I was a different person. I felt terrible about myself. I felt broken. I wasn't happy. When I joined Beachbody, I found friendships, love for myself again. And this is how it made me feel. So you felt this way when you joined Beachbody, you found this, and it now makes you feel like this. So if you go through that when you're posting, or, and I always try to go back to my post before I hit that send button. And that's something that it's always going to tell a story, because at some point you felt a certain way. And that's why you made the choice to do this. And when you made the choice to do that, it made you feel, or you found that, it changed you and it brought positivity in your life. It helped you lose weight. It helped you like a shake that you never thought you would like. You found that you love to work out, or you have a passion for helping others. And, this is the way that it made you feel. And honestly, that will take you through a good post that's not going to be, and it doesn't have to be a book. I write books sometimes. I know I do, but not every single one of your posts has to be a long drawn out post, because people aren't going to stop and read it unless they are really interested. So that's like a big deal to me. That's something I use a lot. And it's a really good storytelling way to go about posting. And you can use it in messages and objections when somebody objects to Shakeology costing a lot of money. I felt the same way whenever I wanted Shakeology. I felt that it was a little bit expensive until I found that it was broken down per day more than what I was spending, or less than what I was spending on coffee. And now that I've been using Shakeology, it has done this for me. So you can, even in an ejection, whether it's Shakeology or workouts, I don't like to work out. Okay, well, neither did I. But when I saw change, and, I felt that way too. I used to hate working out, or, so bring that story to them no matter what, whether it's in a post, whether it's in an invite, a message, whatever. People will object to anything, because this is a time that people don't want to do anything right now, because they're going into the holidays and they just want to, for lack of a better word, get fat over the holidays and then lose it come New Year's, which is the most ridiculous thing. So our goal over the next couple months is don't you want to be in shape for the new year? Don't you want to rock that dress on New Year's Eve? Or don't you want to be the person that kind of laughs at everyone else, that's rushing to the gym, and you've been working on yourself for the last 3 months? So that's the kind of stuff you want to kind of post now and share that stuff, because those people, you're going to get slim, not very many, but there's going to be people that are going to think that way of, maybe I should just start now. And if somebody that wants a 21-day fix, I can bet my bottom dollar it's not going on sale again before the end of the year, especially with Humor and Chisel coming out. So now is the time. If it's somebody that's really wants the 21-day fix and says, I'm going to wait for it to go on sale next time, you can say something similar to the effect of, I can bet my bottom dollar it's not going to go on sale for the remainder of the year. And, Shakeology doesn't expire for a year if it's unopened. They can start it in December if they want to, but just get it at the sale price now, or, whatever. But don't ever just walk away from somebody when they say, no, I'm good. Because they're going to think that you just messaged them for a reason. And if you talked to somebody last month, message them this month and see how things are going with them. Find out if they're still interested, or, hey, I have some awesome ladies in my group. I know last time wasn't great for you, but if you would like to be added this time, if you're still interested, I would love to have you. And it's just about you reaching out to them, and not just reaching out to them that one time. Follow-up is key. Consistency in all matters of this business is key to be successful. You have to be consistent every day with the 3 vital behaviors. You have to be consistent with follow-up, and you have to be consistent with posting and inviting and doing everything that makes this business work. If you're not, then you can't say and complain that nothing is going right for you if you're not doing those things. So lastly, I just wanted to the one group that we're in, and Dana's in it with us, they talked about hooking arms with either people on your team, our team, or your challengers or your family, and, you know, have post boosting buddies, and not the kind of boosts on Facebook through like pages that are, you know, you pay for. You literally get your people together, or you know, if you have a couple coaches on our team, I try to do this to all of the coaches on our team, but I don't scroll Facebook often because I can be on Facebook for hours on end all day if I scroll through Facebook. But I do try a few times a day to go in there and like coaches' pages and post that they've posted and commented, because the minute you comment on someone's stuff, it goes back into the news feed. The liking and commenting is huge. So this post was about, you know, linking up with people, and you'll comment and like on their stuff, and they'll do the same for you. And then it's a constant positivity, and you guys are constantly in your friends' news feed. So we've been doing that a lot lately, some of us, and it really does help. And I will message my Success Club partner and be like, dude, I posted this post and nobody's liking it. Can you please go and like and comment on it? And she will. And then within 10 minutes, 5 people liked it. So because it's getting you know, there's so many people on Facebook. So that's a huge thing. And Nikki said to do this, but I just am not comfortable with doing it. She said to, you know, comment on your own stuff and, you know, act like you're talking to some. I did that like once, and I was just like, I can't do this, because that just feels like it's fake to me, and that's just not me. So I would rather one of my real friends go and comment and like, who I know. I would message somebody that's a coach and say, hey, can you like and comment on that? Because if they needed that, I would do the same for them. So it's just find those people within, you know, our team page, other coaches that you've became friends with, and say, hey, do you want to be like post boosting buddies? And let's, you know, get our stuff out there constantly for people to see it. And it's just like a success partner thing. It's a mutual balance, a mutual relationship. So it's definitely a good thing, because I've noticed a change with my stuff whenever people do that for me. So, but now that I've talked your ears off, I hope you guys got some good information out of that. I'm going to unmute you guys, and if you have any questions, ask away. I need to get it parched over here. Good, no questions? No? So Erica is going to be close to Emerald soon. And Dana doesn't even know how close she is to Diamond. She's so close.
Thinking about it.
I know. It's exciting now. Lisa, how's it going for you?
Not good.
What can we do to help?
I don't know. I had this one lady at work. She said that she wanted to try it, but she had to see how much money she had. So now she's not doing it. And my husband said that he was going to join, like, he bought Body Beast a while back, a couple months ago, and he hasn't even used it.
Well, you need to make him use it.
I have, but he's not. It's just, I'm the only one who's been working out and sticking to it.
Well, maybe you'll be motivating to him. But I will say that, and I'm sure the other girls here can attest to this, that using Facebook as a means to share what you're doing is huge. That's basically, I mean, I use Instagram just as really so I can post my pictures there and they go to Facebook. I don't really use it as a business building tool as much as I do Facebook. And Facebook has done wonders for my business just because I share my whole life with people. And some people aren't as comfortable doing that as I am, and that's okay. But sharing tidbits and breadcrumbing things is always, a plus. I mean, we post on Facebook anyway, so why not post and, add some value to people and help them, because we want them to know that we're in this for more than just selling, and we're not all about fitness freaks and losing weight, and you want people to feel comfortable to come to you. I mean, God, over the last 17 months, I've had people come to me and talk to me about their divorces and their marriage, and I'm just like, I'm just want to work out. But I mean, it's just a matter of just people feeling that comfortable with me to share that kind of information with me, which, I'm fine with that. But some days I feel like I'm a life coach, but I mean, it is what it is. But hey, if I can help anyway, I'm happy with that. If you guys are good, or hopefully, was that stuff helpful to you? Okay. I think Dana is frozen. I just wanted to make that I get, like I said, I'm in those groups and I get value out of those things. And I want to make sure that I'm always bringing them back to you guys, because obviously you're not in those other groups or, whatever. So that's my job, to let you guys know what's going on. But I think it was all good points. I want to just give a call to action for you guys that are on the call and for anybody listening. Make it a point the rest of this week to do at least 2 voice messages. Invite somebody, whether you're on a phone call with them, you're texting them, get your voice out there and talk to your prospects and your customers, and make at least 1 post this week that has that feel, found, felt in it. Get comfortable with doing that. I don't want to say do 5 posts this week because we're in Tuesday already, but I mean, just try and do 1 post that gets that out there and, tells that story of how you feel or how you felt, what you found out and how it made you feel. And you'll see a difference in the reactions, I'm sure, to your posts. So I will leave you with that. Thank you, ladies, for getting on. I appreciate it. I am going to go relax with my husband now. You guys do the same. Have a good night, okay? If you need anything, let me know. But until next time. Bye, guys. Have a good evening.